You must have been excited. Like, I want to program in R. I want to do some things. All right. So, and now we're there. And I believe you must have installed R Studio and R. So, if you haven't done that, you need to do that. When you are in the environment, you've opened your R Studio. You could just type. You could just press your Control Shift N, okay, or Control N or Command Shift N, depending on whether you're using a Mac or you're using a Windows software. All right. Now that about that, I've opened the file here. So if you do Control Shift or Command Shift N or Shift N, whichever one works for you, you have a new document. You could save that, Control S or Command S, and then you save that with whatever name you want to. And when you have done that, I would like you to click. I've opened the file already, so I will not be using that. I would like you to click the box here, source on save. That's going to save you a lot of stress as it has to do with running your program. All right. Now, I want you to know that R is a calculator. Now, so that's the first one we are looking at. R is a calculator. Now, whatever you can do with your calculator, you can do with R. And let's start with this. First of all, you need to know something about comments. And okay, but we may do something. It's become like a tradition to say hello world when you want to do a new or you want to learn a new programming language. What I will say welcome this time around. So the print statement is used to output something to the console, and this is your console. What you see here is your console. This is the editor where you type in what you want to type in. Now, so when I say print welcome, I can just press the Command S or Control S depending on whether you're using a Mac or you're using a Windows, you're using a PC, Windows PC. Okay, so when you press Command S, something comes out, welcome. I press it the second time, that's why you're seeing welcome again. Now, if I have done that, now I can also comment that out. So this symbol here, the hash symbol, actually comments whatever you have written. So the comment, what the comment does is that it tells the computer that don't run that line of code. All right. So you see now nothing is showing, but when I take it away, we have welcome again. All right. So now you know that this is a comment. Whenever you see this, it means that line will be commented if it is the first thing that appears on that line. But supposing I have print welcome, now I still have welcome printed to. I still have welcome as an output in the console. The reason is because the comment is coming after the print welcome statement. So if I write another print, maybe this time around you, it will not come up because the comment, anything that comes after the comment shows up will be commented. It will just be there, it will not show. But when I remove it, it can't do it on the same line except I use a semicolon. Then it gives me welcome you. So that's it. So all right. Now I said R is a calculator, and how can we do that? Let's see something here. First of all, if I have 1, we can come to the console for a few minutes. If I put, maybe I type 1 on the console, it gives me back 1. Say 1 plus 1, it gives me 2. 1 plus 3, it gives me 4. You say 1 plus 2, and it gives you 3. 1 divided by 2, and it gives you 0.5. 1 times, okay, 9 times 9, and it gives you 81. So just the way your calculator would have done, R actually would can do that for you, and we can now the console here. You could practically do anything, and whatever you do that is valid, an output will be given to you. But when you are in the text editor here, you will have to type and then use the word print. I mean the keyword print to print whatever you want to print. You could use print here too. It will give you that. Uh, Maybe it's a print 2. It will still give you 2, but you could type 2 and it will come out. Now let's go back. But we will not just be writing anything, because if we put 1 here, we may not be able to use 1 as much as except we put the word print around it. If not, 1 will just be there and will not be, you see, when you press Command S, it uh, doesn't come to the console. It's not, we can't see it as an output. So what we do is we use what we call variables. Now, so a variable is a name, or you may say variables are names. Practically, you can start with anything, any letter. You start with any letter, and then you may include a dot if you like. Underscores are acceptable also, but generally you can start with a letter, but you can't start with numbers. So you can have a variable like, and then you say equals to 9, and then no. But you can start. So let's start with small variables. X, let's say X is 2 and Y is 5. Now we could literally print X plus Y to the screen. So just say print X plus Y, and that gives you 7. All right, so you can see that it gives us 7. And then we go on. We could do multiplication. So this is just addition of the two numbers we have there. Print. So we have X multiplied. So we use the asterisk for multiplication by Y. Do that. It gives us 10. And then we could go on, print X divided by Y, and that will give us 0.5. So that gives us 0.5. We could do print X. Now we want X to be raised to the power of something, maybe 2 for instance. You use the symbol here, the symbol you see here, and then you can run. It gives us 4, so Command S, that runs it for you, as long as this box is ticked. All right, so we could do subtraction. So addition, multiplication, division. Okay, so this is exponent raised to the power of something. All right, then we go to subtraction. So print X minus Y, and that gives us minus 3. All right, and then we go on. We could also do some other things like square root. For now, we call some things functions. And when you have a function, it could take in something and then give you what you want. So if I want to find the square root of a number, I will need to wrap that number around. So let's get a number that is, so for instance 9. Then we could say, okay, I want to get the square root of 9. Now let's take something else to be, okay, B. Then I put B. Then I say, okay, give me the square root of B. It says it's 3. So you can see that now the square root of B is 3. All right, so if we don't want these other parts of our programs to show, you could just use control. So you could just use a control command shift C, and that will comment everything out. Alternatively, you can comment the ones you want by just letting the hash sign to show before them, and then they won't run. All right, so depending on whether you're using, so if you're using a Mac, Command Shift C should give you that, right? Perhaps with Windows, it should be Control C or something. You can try it out. All right, now, or it could also be Command Shift C. Now we go on. Um, so now we want just the square root stuff, and that will be okay. So now we can also do something on absolute value. If you're used to that in mathematics, when you have something to be maybe minus anything, and then you find the absolute value, it's going to become the positive. If it is positive, it will remain positive. So we are looking for the absolute value of C, and then when we do that, now you could clear your screen by clicking this brush here that looks paint, and the console is cleared, and then you come back. Now the square root of 9, that's square root of B here, gives me 3. Absolute value of C is 7. Now we can go on. Supposing I have a decimal number, we've been working with integers, 2.391. I could also I could round it up maybe to 2 decimal places or something. Now if I have so D, I'm rounding D, I'm giving it, don't forget, print is what is wrapping around the round statement. I want it to come out in 2 decimal places now. So I'm saying round D and let it be in 2 decimal places. Now, when I do that, we could make it neater. Okay, you wouldn't write functions like this. I just want you to see what is inside the print function. Typically, we could actually maybe make something else to be maybe just call this R1 equal to this, and then just put R1 in the print statement to print it for us. Okay, we could do that. So R2, so maybe we just call this one square root. Square, okay, let's call it SQ. Call this one AB, absolute value. So these two now will be SQ, AB. This one is the round statement we're about to use. So we could take this one outside and round. So the round statement now, I want to clear my console. We should have 3 outputs. All right, so the third output is what I'm concerned about now. It says from 2.391, it has rounded it up to 2 decimal places now, and it's giving us a value of 2.39. So that's that about that. There are a host of values, a host of other functions that can help you with your mathematics. So whatever you think of doing, or whatever you can think of doing with your calculator, R can do that for you. And that's what I want you to know here. So you could just come to this place and say, okay, whenever you need help with a particular function, now there's a class called math, and it may be a class, it may be a function. For now, you may not necessarily know what we call a class, and if you do, perhaps you've been programming for a while now. When you need help with a function or with a class, you could just write help and the name of that class or the name of that function, and then you press enter. It brings something out. So I just want to show you a few things that you can do here. So here you have some other functions like the exponential, the cos, the logarithm, and the others. So if I say I want the logarithm of, let's call this LG, logarithm of x, it's going to print it for me. So I say print lg. So the logarithm of x is 0.693 whatever. So if this figure is too long for you, you could just use the round function to make it shorter. And we go on. You have a sine, cosine, and the other. So sine x, you want to look for the sine of x. So print the sine of x for me. Print Sn. And so it gives me something like, right? You may be careful about this so you don't get confused. Using the same name as the name of the function. So 0.9092, all of that. All right, so with that, we have come to the end of the first session.